Hey, this is Cindy J. Lee for Generation Now. Our special guest today plays Orus in Season 2 of the Netflix series Marco Polo. You may also know him from Martin Scorsese's crime drama Revenge of the Green Dragons. Say hello to actor Leonard Wu. Hello, Leonard.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Great. So you play Orus. Can you tell us more about the role? I know he's a Mongolian warrior. What else should we know?
The series is out now, so I can kind of give away stuff. But basically, there's a character called Kaidu. Main guy in the whole story is Kublai, and his cousin Kaidu is basically my father, and we're basically at war with Kublai. And I play also the brother of a character, Kutulin, and we're all Mongolian warriors.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
So are you a bad guy or a good guy?
Ooh, that's tricky. I would say I'm an antagonist. How about that? There's been articles that have said there's really no good guys or bad guys on the show, which is fantastic. So really what it is just a bunch of people that are kind of vying to become, the Khan of Khans, basically to control Mongolia and all of Greater Asia. And so we just want the same thing as our rivals. So I don't really see us as villains, just more like antagonists towards the main characters.
Okay, it's kind of like Game of Thrones. There are no good or bad characters.
Yeah, we get compared to them a lot.
Yeah, they're kind of all just bad, but so good at the same time.
Right.
So tell me about the cast. How was it like hanging out with them, and what was it like on the set?
It's a fantastic cast. One of the most generous, sweetest casts I've ever worked with. It's amazing that we're doing this period piece where everybody's playing these fierce warriors. And after camera stopped rolling, we're all like family. A lot of them are here. They're from all over the globe, and a lot of them are here in town. And we hang out all the time, and they're really at this point family to me. And we've had such an amazing time, and they were so welcoming to me, as a new guy on the second season.
So let's talk about your background real quick. So you not only act, but you also have a martial arts background, obviously.
Yes.
I saw that from Revenge of the Green Dragons too. But also Chinese opera.
Yes.
Can you talk more about that?
Yeah, it's there's a lot of elements that are similar to Western European opera, where there's a lot of singing, extravagant costumes, makeup, and all that stuff. I did it as a child. My parents forced me into it, and then I kind of got into it. But what I really liked about certain aspects of Chinese opera is it actually incorporates a lot of tumbling, a lot of acrobats, a lot of martial arts, weapons and stuff like that, and that's what really fascinated me. And so that's kind of what I grew up doing on the weekends, practicing that and performing it for audiences.
Do you want to go back to it, like singing?
No, I am not a singer. I'm like
totally different thing.
Totally different thing. There are those, so there's different characters, and it's within the Chinese opera tradition, you're kind of groomed to be a specific thing. So if you're a singer, you're a singer. If you're like a fighter, you're a fighter. So I did a lot of fighting. I never really did any of the singing or the speaking because I wasn't really great at it.
Okay, good. Because I was gonna ask you, did you ever want to try being in a musical or anything like that?
No. Unfortunately, music, singing is not something that is within my repertoire.
So I imagine being an Asian actor in Hollywood has its challenges. I mean, we're trying to have all these movements to get Hollywood to become more diverse. Have you faced those challenges yourself?
Well, the first thing I will say to that is that this business is the heart. This is a top-notch industry, right? You're in Hollywood. Actors come from all over the world to be here, so it's hard. There's thousands and thousands of us out here. So, the thing about Hollywood is they're always trying to fit you into a certain niche. Whether it's, let's forget about the fact that you're Asian for a second. You're either too fat, you're too skinny, you're too blonde, you're too brunette, you're too tall, you're too short. I mean, they're always trying to put you in a box. So it makes it difficult in that respect. And from my own perspective, from my own point of view, being an Asian American, there are certain things that will happen. For instance, I could go out for a pilot season where they audition for new shows. And my friends and I, it's all specifically Asian, and all of my friends will go in. And maybe 5 or 6 of those roles get changed to a different ethnicity. And I don't think that the producers and the casting directors, it's not a conspiracy theory where they're all getting together let's change the ethnicity. It just happens, and they're not cognizant of, this fact. And so I think it's just a matter of Hollywood needing to be more aware about these things. And the great thing is that the community, this year specifically, the community, forget about the Asian American actors, but the Asian American community in America itself has been very vocal about their discontent with the way they're portrayed, which is fantastic. And because of that, there's there's so many doors that are opening. And you know, you look at a show like Aziz Ansari's Masters of None, or you look at Marco Polo, or Fresh Out the Boat, or Dr. Ken, and you think this wouldn't. Well, I know 4 years ago, 5 years ago, these shows would not be on the air. So the fact that they're happening means, you know, that there is change happening. You know, I think some people would argue that it could move faster, but for me, I'm like, it is heading in the right direction.
Well, congratulations on Marco Polo.
Thank you.
So proud of you.
Thank you very much.
And what's next for you?
You know, just like any actor, I'm just kind of back to auditioning, waiting to see what that next job is. And I also write and produce, so I got a couple things kind of lined up that I can't quite talk about yet, but hopefully I'll have good news in the next couple months.
Oh, you'll have to come back and talk about it.
Definitely, definitely.
Right. Well, good luck. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
All right, guys, make sure to watch Leonard Wu on season 2 of Marco Polo, playing now on Netflix. He is definitely worth checking out. Thanks for joining me today. This is Cindy J. Lee for Generation Now.